Hi, Sharon.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. And thank you for having me here.
Of course, of course. So, Sharon, people obviously had seen a lot about you on social media. A lot of people reached out and be like, "Oh, I know her. I
Yes,
see her content." I'm like, "Well, go follow her everywhere and come here too,
please do.
just to
Please
make
do.
sure that everybody's in the right place." Sharon, just for information's sake, give a quick introduction and just tell people who you are, what you do, so they can have an idea of who they're talking to.
Okay, my name is Sharon. I'm 45 years. I have two girls. One is 24 and the other one is 8 years. Excuse my English, it's not that very well, but I'm going to try. I live in the Netherlands. I have worked for 20 years as a nurse, and the last few years I was helping people with dying, that they can die without pain, make it comfort
Smooth
for them.
transition.
Exactly. But yes,
Oh,
that's what I did. But yeah, I wanted something different. So
right.
I created something else.
How did you transition from being a nurse and doing that, which is obviously very commendable work, by the way? It takes real special people to be able to work with people and do that, for the family and also for the person you're doing it with. How did you transition from that to what you do now?
To be honest, I was always somebody who was switching because I worked for myself, but I was always switching. Then I was working in a hospital. Then I was working home with the people, but I could never really find my satisfaction. I don't know how to say it, but I was missing something. And as a single mother, it was also hard for me to work as a nurse because they don't understand that you have children. So I always had to
Mhm.
find somebody who was going to take care of my children, and that hurts me as a mother because I just wanted
Mhm.
to raise my children
Right,
always
of course.
by myself. I don't want it to be independent to other people.
Mhm.
So I noticed that I was getting very sad. I would cry if I go to work, and I just I had two choices. If I go that same way, I know I'm going to be not a happy person, or I just choose to change my life.
Right.
And I just did that. And now I truly experience freedom because
What was the pivotal moment for you when you decided to switch? Because I think we all go through that dip in our lives where things are not exactly the way it's supposed to be, and we can feel it that we have a higher calling or something else that gives us more passion in life. What was that thing that made you switch and choose what you're doing now?
well, I'm not really that open about this, but I'm going to be. It took me 9 years to really realize that. A dear friend of mine, a good friend of mine, got shut down. He got shot in front of my
Wow.
face, and I couldn't save him, and that really, really hurt me. But if I look back now, I say it has to be that way. I think sometimes terrible things happen, but it's the way you handle those things. And I put something negative into something positive. And from that moment, I knew I'm going to live my life the way I want to. And I'm going to make
Right.
sure I'm going to be happy no matter what.
Right.
Because
I think
life
death
is
always
short.
has death always has a way of putting things in perspective for you and making you see things in a different light, maybe that you haven't seen it before. So, just to give people a little bit of context, what do you do now that you're so passionate about and that makes you so happy?
Yes, I started my own wellness and beauty business, and I do it international, global. And I help women all over the world with a healthy lifestyle and show them a way that they can make financial freedom for themselves.
Right. Now, I've seen a lot of times in your videos. For those who don't know, me and Sharon, we met on TikTok. I just thought she had such a beautiful, positive mindset. I think we kind of came onto the platform at the same time and kind of discover each other like months later, but
Yes.
always so encouraging. So
Yeah,
positive towards other female content creators, always keeping that invitation open to have more women in your orbit and letting them know that, hey, I'm a woman, I'm looking for other women like me to just, be cool and interact with
yes,
me.
yes.
And I've seen the feedback that you've gotten so far. So I know you're very much into fitness. You look absolutely amazing. You're in
Thank you.
stunning shape. How did you transition into from switching career choices because of a tragedy and
Yeah.
now being this super in shape person? Because a lot of people look at you and be like, okay, I want to be fit, but I don't think I can ever be that fit.
I think it starts with good nutrition because if you take good nutrition into your body, then you will get more energy and you're going to feel better. And that way you also are going to perform better.
Right.
And yes, that was for me one of the things I really changed my nutrition.
Right. So your your nutrition and then your exercise regime that goes with that. Is there anything that you kind of add to that spectrum? I know you touched a little bit and you spoke about how you help women um, create their own careers. I also know that you help a lot of women that is over the age of 40
Yeah.
to get in shape. And I've seen your page, I've seen the results these women are getting. It's transformations, in fact. It's not just, oh, I'm losing a
So,
little weight, so I look slightly different. It's transformations.
mm,
What are they on in the sense of like what are you giving them? What are they getting from you?
well, I think it's also mindset. What I tell those people is know your why. If you want to work on yourself, you got to know. Let me say, if you want freedom, you got to know who you are. You got to study
Mhm.
yourself.
Right.
And everything you need is already inside of you. But everything we go through in our lives, it makes that you have a, how do you say, the program in your head, and that you
Mhm.
have to this how do you say that? This
You literally have to change your old mindset and reframe. You have to reframe and want the thing. I
Yeah.
always say when it comes to disciplined mindsets, always something that plays a key role in that is knowing that you have to have a why that will
Yes.
make you go through walls with it. It has
Good.
to be a strong enough why that makes you get up in the morning and every single morning, it is when it was so cold. I literally took one toe after the other toe to get out of bed because I didn't want to, but I knew my goal. I knew what
Yes.
I wanted to be achieved. So when
Yeah.
it comes to having a disciplined mindset, what do you think is the most important thing for the type of females that you are helping, that you want to help, that you want to see in them, like how they do things? Like, what are you looking for when you're helping these women?
Well, I can say, let me, okay. In your life, if there's something you're not happy about, let me see, your finance or your relationship, I think the results speak for themselves. And if the
Yeah.
results you don't like it, that's what you have to change. And I meditate a lot, so that's
Okay.
something I really always tell people to do and be grateful. Start your day to be grateful. Thank God of
Yep.
the universum, how do you want to call it, for that you open your eyes again, you know? And yeah, a lot of people really go through their why. If there's I had a woman who was not happy with the way she looked, and she
Mhm.
was very tired. And she said, sometimes I'm so tired, I cannot even play with my kids. For her,
Wow.
the kids was the reason why she did it. That was her why. She wanted
Right.
to be there for their kids. So every time she
Yeah.
felt bad, she think about her why, and it gave her more power.
Right. That is very beautiful. I think like for me, I can relate to that because it's very similar for me because when I basically last year, October month,
Yeah,
I just woke up one morning. I've always, all my energy and my focus has always been on the family. It's been on my friends. It's making sure everybody else was happy.
yeah,
But if you don't take care of yourself, You're not going to be able to be that person
Oh,
and take care of everybody the way you have. So one morning I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I literally hated everything I saw. Like I don't want to use the word disgusted because that's such a negative connotation, but I
yes.
looked at myself and I was like, I don't like what I see.
Ah,
And I kind of went to the drawing board, which is, you know, a very good part of having a disciplined mindset is I set up a long-term goal. I was
yeah,
like, this is where I want to be. This
nice.
is what I don't like. I'm willing to put in the work. So what can I do?
Yeah,
And what I did was I reached out to a nutritionist
yeah,
and a personal trainer. And you know how things are on social media these days. They
yes,
barely reply. And if they do, it's instead of information first, it's money first. What I
yes.
love about what you do is you talk a lot about your mini clips. So for those of you who don't know, Sharon, just your name on TikTok is
Sharon Sen on love. Oh, Sharon Sen. Sharon Sen. And
Sharon Sen,
yeah,
exactly how it is. So, on her TikTok videos, is she gives these like brief little, not quotes, but nuggets of information where she talks about what to eat, what not to eat, nutrition wise. I know people give you this, that, or the other, but it kind of give you more of a clear path as to what you can do, what you should do, and what would work for you as a woman. And when you're standing there, we can see the results that goes with it. So when you talk about nutrition, I know you have a link in your Instagram,
yeah.
and you know when I clicked on it, I saw all the information. If you had to break that information down to somebody who just wants to know what do you do to look the way you look because you look good and I'm trying to get somewhere there, what do you tell them? Like without them having to click that link.
Yes, well, it's a lifestyle, you know. It's not a regular diet because you can eat with your family still, but we have vitamins with it. Detox. I don't know if you ever did detox, but detox is one of the keys. And when you with us, you have to see it like this: the greens that we are eating doesn't have the vitamins it had 10 years ago. You know, the meat that we eat has antibioticum. How do you say it?
Antibiotica
Yeah, that's in the
and
meat.
antibiotics.
Yes, the air that we breathe is also, yeah, poison. So it's sometimes needed to clean yourself from the inside, and that we do with drinking the whole day water. One day we don't eat and we drink a lot of water, and then with a vitamin drink, a B vitamin, then we drink that. And what you're gonna notice that you're gonna you urinate a lot because all of the
Toxins are
toxic.
being flushed out of
Yes,
your system.
exactly.
Yes.
And the rest of the other days, we have shake days. And that means from the three meals that you have on a day, the lunch, the breakfast, and the dinner, you replace two in a shake.
Yes.
And because everything is calculated, then you have you know exactly how much calorie is your intake.
Yeah.
And in combination with training, you're going to see beautiful results because you're losing, how do you say it, fat massa.
You're losing fat and not muscle.
Yeah,
And normally say when it comes to replacing, when it comes to the calories that you burn, it's the fat or the food that's still in your bloodstream and it has to be absorbed still. So every time you exercise, that's what you burn. So the meals you replace it with is very important things.
yeah.
So for me, for example, I was the type of person when somebody tells me that type of information, I would be like, I'm a girl. I like a good plate. Okay. You're not
Mhm.
gonna starve me.
Yeah,
And that's not what I didn't realize at the time is that it isn't all of that. Like it isn't all about like starving or making yourself eat less because when I started, I did a colon cleanse
yeah,
first.
yeah,
And then I started with my detox tea every morning when I wake up and I do my water before I, hit
yeah,
the gym. I come back. I have a solid, I have a shake for breakfast. I have a very, very good lunch. And then in the evening, I would maybe do a shake again because my schedule is quite busy. So, and
yes,
then I'm off to bed.
yeah,
But then I blindly walk to the toilet in the middle of the night having to pee all night. But my skin has
yeah,
never looked better.
yeah,
My energy levels are through the roof.
Yeah.
Me and my twin sister, we are very like this with our kids. So the three boys are with me 24/7 anyway. I pick them up from
Love
school,
it.
so I can do so much more fun activities.
Yeah.
I started working on during lockdown, creating like photo albums that I make myself, and this is my one of my first albums that I made. And
Oh,
in this album is 140 photos of all the fun things that I've been able to do with them since I've lost all the weight. I went from 93 kg to 77 kg. And it
wow.
really took a positive mindset. It
Yeah.
took dedication. It took commitment from my part. Because I feel like a lot of times when it comes to a positive mindset or even having a disciplined mindset, you have to be able to set up long-term goals and
Yeah.
break them down so that you can slowly. So it's okay to have a vision board, that is an important thing.
We had
But
it
how do
Sunday.
you, because anxiety plays a big role in how we deal with a disciplined mindset, how do you manage with anxiety?
Exciting.
En,
Um,
angstigheid.
you know, fear doesn't always have to be bad. You know, sometimes fear can tell you to look out. You know, so I see fear as something good because
Yeah,
it means that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And if you're stepping out of your comfort zone, there is the growth, and
right.
you're going to feel much more confidence. You know, so if you know that fear is good and it only gets you, I see it like just like a stairway. You know, every time you walk on the stairway, maybe not everything is going perfect, but that's not bad. You know, it's the journey. You know, it's the
Yes,
growth. You know, the
definitely.
destination is beautiful, but it's the journey. You gotta enjoy it. You know, and that's why I always say to people, be grateful for the little things.
The little things matter. That's what it is. The little things matter because when you're going to set up long term goals, you have to mentally prepare yourself and say, I might fail, but
Yeah,
guess what? I'm going to fail forward. I'm
yeah,
not going to fail backwards, and I'm
yeah,
going to keep doing it. So for me, I'm a mental health advocate because I do suffer from bad anxiety. I
yeah,
would have a full schedule of things to do. And what I used to do in the past, I would panic. And
yeah,
everything I would do would be in a rush, even if I had enough time.
yeah.
And I would only have that when I show up to the meeting and it gets done, and now I'm rushing to the next one. But there was no need. I
No,
literally overthought every single little thing. So I started this small things that I started doing to help me with my anxiety. The exercising definitely helped, right?
yeah.
Having a healthy lifestyle, having an exercise ritual, it helped because that time that I'm exercising, it gives me time with myself and in my own mind.
And you know what's also a great way is to meditate. You know, and the way you breathe. You know, you get you learn how to breathe, and if you know how to breathe, you're going to notice also that your anxiety is going away. Yes,
Yeah.
and
So
I
one of
always
the breathing techniques, one of the breathing techniques, I think it's like when you breathe in
yes,
all the positivity and you everything you're feeling, breathe it out. With meditation, it definitely helps. So do you think like when it comes to decreasing your anxiety, that's meditation is like a big help for you?
yes, 100%. I do it 2 times a day, at least more, but I do it every morning when I wake up and every night when I'm going to sleep. And one of the main reasons is I was always somebody who was thinking, thinking, thinking. You know, if you work for yourself, you're always thinking, you're always being creative from, okay, this
Yes.
is not going this way. This I'm always thinking. But it's also necessary that you make sure that your head is empty because, oh, that your head is empty. Because if your head is empty, and then you're going to work from the inside because you're most people think your outer world is your inner world, but it is your inner world that is your outer world. So if you
Yeah.
feel happy about yourself, everything is going to change around you because you're sending good vibration. You're putting good energy out, and good energy is coming back. The
There
love is
we go. It's that flow. What do you call it?
yes,
The
yes,
infinity flow.
yes,
I had a friend of mine who she was watching my results and she was like, "Oh my God, I need to start exercising with you." I
yes.
love her to absolute tears, one of the funniest women I know. And she
Okay.
started training with me in the morning for about the first 3 weeks. I took her with me to colon cleansing and her results came like this because the biggest thing is what she was talking about was I consume alcohol every single day.
Yes,
Like I come from work and I have to have my glass of
yes,
wine. I have to smoke. And she now has been training since January. She's quit smoking. We don't train together anymore because we live farther away from each other, but she
yeah,
quit smoking. And she told me, my alcohol tolerance is so low, I can't do it anymore. It's simply just every time I drink like I try to drink more than 2 drinks at a time, it just takes me 3 steps back. So, and also she said, I think more clearly.
yes,
Like my creative juices are flowing because I think more clearly. I have more time to tap into the things that I know will make me happier. So I think with being healthy
yes,
and tapping into your long-term goals, it goes like hand in hand. So
yes,
I want to ask you this. Do you think that having a disciplined mindset impacts your relationships with other people, like your
yes.
children, your mother, your family, in a positive way? And how has it changed it for you?
Well, the bond between me and my oldest, because I'm a grandmother now since 7 months,
I
and
can't even believe that still.
yes, I'm a grandmother. I'm so happy. But the bond between us is like this now, and look, when you get children, nobody gives you the handbook from this is the way you have to do it. You have to learn.
True.
But now I'm teaching my children the things that I am learning. I teach them to be grateful every day, to thank God, but I teach them also to live in the now because living in the past doesn't gonna do you good. You cannot change that anymore. And living in the
Right.
future, it didn't happen yet. So the only thing that matters is now. So I'm teaching them everything what I learned because life can be very hard. But if you know
Yes.
how to handle things when it comes, then you're going to be a much happy person.
I think that is the definition of an amazing mother. Somebody who absorbs knowledge as it comes and shares it with the children in such a way that they understand. Because I think that's what my mom, I felt, kind of tried to do with all of us. At
Yeah.
the time, we just didn't absorb all the information. So imagine now growing up and realizing, oh,
Yeah.
I was actually not understanding, but I get it now. I
Yeah.
get what mommy was trying to
And you
say. So
didn't
you're
forget
doing
it.
an amazing thing. And
You
I
did.
mean, obviously, the first thing that stunned me about you is like learning that you were a grandmother. And I'm like, what? You don't look your age though. And when you said your age, I was like, no, she's lying. This is for views and for clicks. There is no way. Do you think how long have you been doing the healthy lifestyle for? And do you think that plays a big role into you being looking as great as you do?
Yeah. Yes, I think it does. But it's more how I feel, you know. I feel I'm just glad that I found me again. And that's what I wish for every woman, every man, just to live your true, authentic self, why you
Mhm.
put on this earth, and I think everybody has a mission, but it's for you to find out what it is. And the moment you will find it, you will be so much happier.
Right.
And,
They
and
say
like,
that.
just like you said, you're going to lose people because you're going to say no. And some people are not happy that you change because I was always somebody every weekend I was going out, was partying all night, and
Yeah.
now I'm just so happy with who I am. I really don't need that anymore. It
Right.
doesn't satisfy me anymore. So I lose a lot of friends because of that. Yeah.
And that's growth. And I think it's completely okay. You don't have to be mad or enemies with people to just grow in a way where I think that helps you as an individual or just makes you a better you.
Yes.
Sometimes negative relationships can keep you stagnant. That's why positively impact relationships when you're practicing self-discipline is an important thing to seek out. People who make you feel good. Because as Sharon just said, when it comes to who you are, In every single one of you, you've gotten unique gifts and
Mm,
abilities that was only given to you. And you're the only person who can do something about it. So
yes.
if you're not tapped into who you are, if you're not tapped into where you're going and what you're supposed to become, you're always going to feel this deep seated unhappiness and you won't be able to identify where it comes from unless you practice self awareness and self love and learn the art of self-discipline and be having a disciplined mindset. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie. I constantly sometimes fail at the things that I set out, but I don't treat my failure as my determination.
No.
And so when it comes to things that you do and it doesn't work out the way you want, how do you deal with that? Like, when you do something and it's like, oh, it didn't work. How do you deal? I take failure very hard. So I just want to hear from your perspective.
It's like yin yang. There's always a negative and a positive side. So when something bad happened to me, I always say to myself, I was looking for the positive things. My little
Yeah.
daughter from 8 years sometimes says to me, because sometimes I forget it, I'm just human, you know. And she's
do.
like, Mommy, think of the positive things in life. Look at the
Yeah.
positive side. And I think you're right, girl. And I'm so happy that she's saying it. But if you just look, there's always a positive side. 100%. When negativity is, there's always positivity. And sometimes things happen for a reason that way. Maybe you don't see it right now, and then a few weeks later you think, oh, that was the reason why that happened. But there's always a positive side, and if you put that in your head and you're looking for the positive things, you're going to take things much more better in life. Because if you're going to say from, oh, why always things happening to me, then those
Yeah.
things will keep happening to you. But if you say,
Right. Because you
okay,
out
well,
there.
let me look at the bright side. What positivity can I take out of this? Just say
Right.
it, and
And
then you
I
will
think
find
that
answers.
is such a beautiful outlook when it comes to like creating a positive atmosphere or in general.
Yes.
So I did a live stream on TikTok and we basically took like a little bit of a poll of like, when it comes to this, what is the things that you would want to know or the things that you would want to hear? So a few people went and scrolled through your profile. I only have 3 questions for you.
No,
So
no.
I'm going to read them out loud to you and then you can just basically give me more, well, you can give me the answers. So
Okay.
okay, here we go. Let me just click onto it real quickly. We have one from Snack Little Bikini.
Ah,
She
nice.
said, Sharon, I am a 47-year-old woman. My husband left me for a 19-year-old, and it made me feel ugly because we stopped having sex 3 years prior to breaking up. So I know he was probably unfaithful.
Yes.
And now I want to get a revenge body for a person that's already 47, knowing for a person who's already 47, knowing it's not easy to lose weight. What would you recommend for me?
I recommend, first of all, meditate. That's one thing for sure. Do things that you love. Try to find somebody you can support, train with, because if you have a good circle, a good support team that's going to help you through the hard
Yeah.
times. And you don't have to change everything, but
Right.
I think if you go to training, it's not only the beautiful body you're gonna get, but your
Right.
mind is going to elevate also, because dopamine, do I say it?
Dopamine.
Yeah,
Dopamine.
it's something that you have in your body, and when you go training, it
Yeah.
comes more. And training is also a way that you keep thinking. You can forget everything. So I would say
Right. It's an
go.
escape. I
Yes,
think in a certain way, it's an escape because it allows you to tap into like just you. Because when I'm running, when I do my cardio and I'm running in the morning, it's I don't like treadmills because it makes me lazy. But
yeah,
when I go the scenic route and I go all the way up the mountain and I go past the other side and I come down, everything just falls away. And
yeah,
it's me and my thoughts and my stress levels
Yes.
come from being here, and it kind of just kind of fades right down. And that's what, like, before I could like reach out to people last year when I saw I didn't like who I was and what I looked like or whatever, I started I was able to put my thought process together to
Yeah.
develop a long-term plan that
Yeah.
helped me became like more okay. Now I have a set plan because I know what I'm supposed to do. All right, so
And
that
it is his loss that he lost you, because you're going stronger. He will come stronger out of this.
Callie says, Callie is, oh wow. Okay. Callie is actually from the Ukraine, previously from the Ukraine, now living in the UK.
Okay.
Callie wants to know, I currently weigh 97 kg and I'm trying to lose weight. I had a baby 3 months ago. Every single trainer is asking for money for information, so you know you can't trust them. What would you recommend as a good start?
As a good start, and also if you don't have a lot of money, start walking, and try every time to walk longer. Then start jogging, find yourself some good shoes and some good music and start walking, because the fresh air and the beach or the trees is going to give you, yeah, how do you say it? Um, just try with the little things around you. Not everything have to cost a lot of money. So if you start walking, your body is also in movement.
Hmm.
So that's a good way to start. And yes, yeah, everybody's asking money. I can understand that. It was a very hard time, of course, but you can do little.
She did mention something specific, but I'm not, I'm not gonna like run down the specifics, but I think it comes to down to when you see people, everybody these days on social media, especially people who are influencers,
Yeah,
they would take money from a company and advertise the company because, excuse me, they look a certain way, not necessarily because they've tried the products. And these people who admire them for how they look and
yeah.
what they come across as, they buy into these things and end up basically giving their money to these people and then not seeing the results because there is no help after you've paid. So
Oh,
as a person that obviously you have an influence when it comes to body positivity and women seeing themselves in a positive light, how do you set yourself separately from those type of people
yeah.
when it comes to women that you help?
I always try to help people, and we also have created a meditation group every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and we don't ask money for that, because it all starts with the mind,
Mhm.
and that's for us a way to help people who don't have the money, just to start somewhere, and
Yeah.
then go the week with positive thoughts. um yeah, I just give free information, and if people want to get help, I give them, yeah, sometimes, how do you say it, what do I do? The products that I use, I don't have, let's say, I cannot offer them for free, that's something.
Of course, not 100%. Look, you're still doing your business. I
Yeah.
guess what I'm more trying to ask, if I'm going to refine the question,
Yes,
it's
please.
more about you see these people selling things that they know for a fact does not work.
Yeah.
You're actually out here showing the results and selling products that also works.
Yeah.
So a lot of times those two lines can be blurred between people who just sell things to make money out of people and people who actually give good products that helps them. Now, when it comes to your clients, the ladies that you've helped,
Yeah.
like how do you keep them motivated or positive, especially when they're new to everything?
Well, we have groups that you can come into free at Facebook. We have groups, and so we coach them all the way from the minute that they start. We coach them, and we always ask 2 weeks later if we can help them with something. Sometimes they have questions about food. What can they eat? What can they do? But we try to help people as much as we can, because we know that it's hard, and
Mhm.
it's not just you giving something to somebody. It's their whole life they have to change. So it's not that easy, and
Mm.
and especially because it is a lifestyle. And we also say from you don't have to change everything drastically, just take
Yes.
step by step. I
Small
think
changes.
small changes and celebrate that. But we help with talking. They always can call us. I think that's a very bad thing to do. If you're just selling people something and not help them, then you're not doing it
Right.
for love, but you're doing it for the money. And I don't believe in that. You gotta stay humble and help where you can. But
And
yeah,
I think that's what kind of like ultimately will like sets you apart, because it's the fact that these are, obviously there's psychological issues that
yes,
goes along
yes,
with these women wanting to change their bodies or feel better. Not everybody, and I want to make this very clear, not everybody wants to lose weight. Some people just wants to be more active, wants
yes,
more energy,
yeah,
and wants a better lifestyle overall to I don't even know how to say this properly in English, but they just want to give their body nutrients. They also want to give their mind the same power. So it is a reframing of the mind. It
yes,
is a lifestyle. And if you are invest in a better you,
yeah,
it is always the thing that's going to drive you. But people like you who don't just take clients and then, oh, okay, now you've purchased this product, so I don't need to worry about you. I can see the results with your clients.
yeah,
I see specifically, I don't know what the lady's name, but it's like maybe the third last post on your Instagram. And wow,
yeah.
what a shocking, massive change.
We have
And like I said,
we have a support
positive
team.
mindset plays a big role in that.
That's really our main goal, the support team. You're not in this alone. And we are all over the world. So it's just a great community. It's love. You can feel the love because it's if I look at my journey, it's the person who I've become. That's
Mhm.
what I'm so grateful for. you know
Yeah. And if I can ask you like a two-part question. So, what motivates you and how do you use that motivation to help other people around you that looks up to you and that sees you?
well, like the TikToks, not everybody likes my TikTok, I gotta be honest. But
And
some
that's fine.
And that's fine, because I know my mission. But sometimes I get DMs from people who I don't know. It was a man a few months ago, and he said, Sharon, I want to thank you. Because of you, uh, I can stand up today and go search for work, because he came out a very abusive relationship. His woman was hitting him,
Wow.
so it's possible, the other side. And that is what keep me motivated, that if I can help one person make his day, that he's going to try again, then I'm happy. you know
It's
that's what I
beautiful.
did it for. Yes, yes. So I'm grateful, and I get a lot of those DMs. So I'm really am grateful for everything that I see. It's beautiful, and I don't know where life is going to take me, but I love everything. Just sitting here with you and talking with you and those people here, I love it.
It
Yes,
just, I can hear the happiness kind of like in your voice and the way you talk about it. It's like when you're passionate about something and you're able to do these things, it always brings such a huge joy. And that's the point we're going to check on that. We talked about long-term goals and decreasing your anxiety and living, increasing your healthy lifestyles and having positive impact relationships, basically keeping your circle positive. So the next question would be is like, or the next point, I guess, would be for me that helps me have a disciplined mindset is feeling happy. My happiness is paramount to who I am. It is very important to what I do and how I do everything in my life. So I believe in being very productive and completing all my tasks because that makes me happy. Today on the radio, they were kind of talking about what makes you feel like your Monday or your day has been great. I'm like, when I can get to all my appointments in time and I achieve every single goal I set out for that day, that makes me happy. So when we talk about Sharon's happy place, what are we talking about?
Well, let me say, I know this is everything that I'm creating right now is coming all together. I always wanted to experience freedom, but freedom on every
Level.
not yeah, on every level. And I'm just happy that I can go every day, take my kid from school, give her food. I'm just, you know, I, how do I say it?
You're grateful for the little things.
Yes, I'm just so grateful because I'm even grateful when morning I wake up and I open my eyes. I thank God, that I have a second chance to go
Yes.
get it, to make some
Right.
beautiful things. And like you, I have on a list, and I try to work in hours because social media can be sometimes killing your day.
Right.
You are
Right.
too much scrolling. So I'm really proud of myself if I write those things down and I did it. Just like
Yeah.
you say, I did it. Because that brings me closer to one of my goals. And one of my goals was always to have my own brand. So I'm just happy that is what I'm doing now. And yes,
You are. You definitely you are basically establishing a beautiful brand, and it was so nice to hear so much positive feedback from females and males, the minute they saw your picture.
thank
I got
you.
some very nice messages that I will screenshot and send to you because I just think it was so beautiful for them to say those things.
Yeah.
And that all being said, I think it is always a good thing to have a good role model, whether we like to be or not. There's always something that you're going to do that's going to touch somebody else's life, that's going to make their journey easier in what you do. And definitely, I think when we came across each other, that's the feeling I kind of got from you. It's you want to positively impact other people, and
Yes.
you want to help other women who are struggling with self-confidence, and if they want to make a little bit more money and they want to do better for themselves. So
Yes.
for everybody that will see this video or is watching right now, what would your message be to people in positivity? What message would you have for the world?
Well, I know how it is, to feel unhappy, to feel not beautiful, to feel alone as a single mother. And if I can do it, you guys can do it too.
There
Just
we
believe
go.
in yourself because everything you need is right inside of you. You just got to believe in yourself. So that's
100%.
yes, that's really, and I think that's the problem of the most people. We don't believe enough in ourselves, but we are all unique in your own way, and God didn't put you on this earth to feel this way.
Right. 100%. Sharon, thank you so much, not only for your time, but for that beautiful statement, because I truly believe in surrounding myself and keeping my circle positive by not with just females and but males as well that have a positive outlook that's always trying to inspire and reach other people, especially when people see you, you'd never know who you influence. And you've definitely been one of those women who's impacted a lot of people. And I think you have such a bright everything that's going to happen futuristically for yourself. So I'm excited for your journey and to keep seeing. And I'm definitely going to click on that link and participate, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here, for sharing the information, and for being a part of Motivation Monday. I do appreciate your time because I know what time it is for you. So
Well, for you always, my dear Bella, for you always. And can I say,
appreciate it.
we're on only one other, you cannot, because you had it on TikTok, but people can follow me also on the, how do you say it? The other one. Can I say it?
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give all
Yeah,
your
you can
handles,
follow me
all of
because
them.
because there I have more pictures of people on Instagram, all over the world, and TikTok is a little bit different. So please feel free to contact.
Just real quick, give me your TikTok handle. I know it's Sharon Sin, which is the same as in the post. And for those of you who have me on IG, you will be able to find her in the latest post that we've shared, but also in all the videos that's going to go up. You'll be able to see super clips of this specific segment of the show. And that being said, her Instagram is Love from Shar. So go and follow it. She has a lot of little positive nuggets of wisdom and information that she gives to people. But most importantly, you can see the type of women that she's working with and the positive impact she's had on people, not only just for the results, but also for the beautiful mindset that these women have now. And again, like I said, Sharon, thank you so much for making time to be here. I do appreciate you.
Always love you
All
guys.
right. Have a good evening. Thank you, Sharon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.